Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is December the 30th, 2018. Strong hand. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Offended by selling, long-term thinking, be a unique beast, unconfiscatable, holder of last resort. Yeah, you better believe I'm one of those babies. Check that out below. The links below. Everything I talk about is linked to below. And you can get your t-shirts below. Cool t-shirts like this Run BTC. Yeah, man. That's like tougher than leather, right? Anyone catch that? Okay. So let's start off with this. The show is late tonight. At least it's late here in Tel Aviv. I was hanging out at the Bitcoin Embassy here in Tel Aviv. Everyone, pound that like button because they're going to put on a huge party here on Thursday. It'll be bigger than New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve isn't that big in Israel. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. So this tweet is from Guy Bennett, the great Guy Bennett. He says, I have total respect for anyone who started in December and is still here. Keep a strong hand. Dude, yeah, that's a great point, Guy. You know, he sent a super chat the other day. He's sending me these DMs. I was getting so many DMs over Twitter. I am TechBalt on Twitter. Follow me there. TechBalt.com. You can watch all my old This Week in Bitcoin shows. DisruptMeister.com. All my old shows. I do a new show here every day. But so yeah, I'm getting all these DMs beforehand, which also delayed the show. But I love talking to people. And yeah, man, if you bought in December of 2017, when the fiat price was pretty high, and you're still here, you still got your strong hand, dude, much love to you. Much respect to you, man. And, you know, there's a guy I'm going to meet up with in Israel on January 10th. He says he got into Bitcoin in December, and he's still around. So that's going to be a blast. Oh, we're going to have a great time on January 10th. Well, if all goes well, January 10th, special location for this show. We'll see. But anyway, going back to the point about people that purchased their Bitcoin back in December, you know, people are saying, "Oh, you paid so much for it. Oh, you should have sold." Blah blah blah. Let me tell you something, guys. I got into Bitcoin in 2013, and I bought two Bitcoin. I paid around $600 each, and then the price actually went up from there in the end of 2013. It got as high as $1,100. And I was still, I bought some at 700, 800, some 600s in there, you know, fractions of some that were around 900. And then over time, not that much time, in 2014, it was below 600. I paid more for all these, I didn't have that many Bitcoin back then, but I had a few, and I paid more than the fiat price. But did I sell? No. I've never sold a Bitcoin for fiat. Never. And did I buy more? Yes, I did buy more. But guess what? I would buy some for 500. Then it went down to $400. And so I was still behind, and people were still saying, "Oh, those people who paid $700, those people who paid $1,100," and I didn't pay $1,100, but still, we look back on that now and we smile, because every all-time high in terms of fiat has been surpassed eventually. You just have to be patient. You just have to be a long-term thinker. But hey, how about you value your wealth in Bitcoin? And I think that's what people that got into this in December, they value their wealth in Bitcoin. They're like, I got what I wanted. I still have the same amount of Bitcoin. Maybe I have more Bitcoin even. Okay, so much respect to those December of 2017ers, as I said in the title. Tony Robbins, who's got over 3 million loyal followers on Twitter. He's like a self-help guru guy. I know there are people who were fans of Bitcoin who are also fans of Tony Robbins. But the dude tweets out, what the heck is Bitcoin and how does it work find out here. And he has someone write an article about it. This just happened an hour or so ago, a few hours ago. Hey, you know, I don't put anyone on pedestals, but I have said for a while, you know, mainstream knowledge, the mainstream people are going to find out about this. Now, are all Tony Robbins people mainstream? Not necessarily, but he does reach a lot of people. I think it's a positive when a figure like that tweets out something about Bitcoin and encourages his followers to read about it. So, hey, don't make too big of a deal out of it. You know, I don't want to, you know, don't FOMO over it. You should be buying Bitcoin, not because Tony Robbins mentions it, but because you understand that it's gold 2.0, that it's a store of value. You should value your wealth in Bitcoin. All right, Josh Kohout sent $1.99 in the super chat. He says, Adam, what strong hand influencers do you follow? Oh man, Josh, so many. I mean, have you watched my This Week in Bitcoin show? That's who I have on. I mean, what? I'd say 80% of the people, 85% of the people who appear on that show are strong hand influencers. I mean, like Tai Zen isn't, obviously. But I mean, I have other, but okay, off the top of my head, I'll just name two. How about Vortex? I haven't mentioned Vortex for a while. He definitely, that dude hasn't sold any Bitcoin ever. You know, he's got a strong old hand there. Simon Dixon, he's a strong hander. He's always talking about keeping your Bitcoin on your Trezor. And why not just talk about someone that not everyone knows? UK Bitcoin Master. He's always talking about me. Why don't I talk about UK Bitcoin Master? He appeared on the This Week in Bitcoin show 2 weeks ago, actually. And that dude's got a strong hand. I mean, he's from the previous generation, dude, and he's got a strong hand. Pound that like button, UK Bitcoin Master. And speaking about the This Week in Bitcoin show, we had a great one this week. I guess from Australia and from the Netherlands were on there. Boris and Haas. Boris is a gamer in the Netherlands, and Haas is a Bitcoin guy with a strong hand in Australia. So check out This Week in Bitcoin. Also, the Beyond Bitcoin show was not yesterday. It was on Thursday. So check out Thursday's Beyond Bitcoin show. It was a good one. And it wasn't that long. It was only like 26 minutes or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, watch the This Week in Bitcoin show. And I know you do, Josh, but you had a question there to see some of the strong handers that I follow. All the dudes I have on the This Week in Bitcoin show, I pay close attention to. Trust me, I pay close attention to. And you know, we've had 100 This Week in Bitcoin shows. I've done it 100 different weeks, and yeah, out of all of those guests, there's only like 2 or 3 that I just like have forgotten about because of they went off the rails. Yeah, people change. Some people do change. All right. So the 3 guys that will definitely not be returning. And no, they're not Lauren Gamaroff. Lauren Gamaroff is my friend. Now he's into Bcash stuff, but he can come on This Week in Bitcoin show. He's a smart guy. That dude's been in Bitcoin for a while. Whoa. South Africa. What's up, dudes? What's up, JC in South Africa? Are you watching? I can't see the chat now. What's up to everybody in South Africa? Beautiful country. And it's I'm sure it was a warm summer day there today, right? Oh yeah, this was really lovely. When I was checking, oh well, let's say this first. Jameson Lopp has this tweet out. He says the number of Bitcoin ATMs doubled to 4,000 in 2018, continuing a year trend of 100% year-over-year growth. So every year the amount of Bitcoin ATMs has doubled, which is great. So check that tweet out that he sent. He has a nice little graph there. All right, I received a fake email from Coinbase. It wasn't from Coinbase. It was Coinbase.com.ru. They didn't even try to hide that. So it was obvious if you look at the email address. But then the email itself looked real. It says something like, "Oh, your account. Someone tried to break into your account. Click on this link and log into your account." So that's the way they steal your freaking password. Be careful, people. Just a reminder. It was to a very strange email address. It was like there's certain times, there's certain ways you can email me. Like I've got a lot of different. I own a lot of different domains, so you can just like sometimes I have these catch-all. You can just write to like Coinbase at whatever my URL is, and it'll come to me. And it was something like that. Anyway, be careful. So as I said, I was at the Tel Aviv Bitcoin Embassy, and we were talking about the party on January 4th, and I linked to below. You can get tickets to that. There are going to be over 600 people there at least, and I wonder if this is going to be the biggest party on January 4th, celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Bitcoin. Excuse me, January 3rd. What am I? Have I been saying January 4th? I don't even know what I'm saying. It's late here. It's 1 a.m. here. Okay, people. I'm messing up on what day it is. January the 3rd. Oh my God. January 3rd is the 10-year anniversary of Bitcoin. That is on Thursday. New Year's Eve is tomorrow. And kids here go to school. There's no winter break here. They'll go to school on December 31st. They'll go to school on January 1st. So I guess there'll be a celebration, a New Year's Eve celebration here in Tel Aviv. I really don't have any plans. I guess I'll just go walk out in the street and see some party and say, yay, I partied on New Year's Eve. But I mean, the real party for me, again, I don't need to fit in. Israel doesn't need to fit in. You know that, baby. So no, they don't do really New Year's Eve too big here. I'll report. But the point is January 3rd, Thursday, that is the big party. And over 600 people, that's pretty impressive. Are you going to a party on Thursday, January 3rd in your city? Tell me about it in the comments below. And how big is it? How many people are I haven't heard about any other parties. I thought everybody would be having a party. It's 10-year anniversary of Bitcoin. But when we were talking tonight, one of the people, you can get discounted tickets to the event by buying with Bitcoin or through the Lightning Network. And they're really proud of the Lightning node that they set up here and the system to purchase these tickets. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm glad they have a Lightning node at the Bitcoin Embassy. We were also talking about the ratio of men to women at the party. I know there's only like 5% of the people in Bitcoin are women. And usually when 600 people come to a party at a club, they don't expect it to be 95% men unless that club is in the Castro or in West Hollywood or whatever, or it's called the Eagle. And that's cool for those people who like to have clubs that are 99% men or 100% men. But, generally, anyway, so I don't know what the ratio of men to women is going to be at the party. But we were talking about, like, maybe there'll be some, they call some ladies gold diggers, women that look for men that have money. Are we going to have like coin diggers in the future? Bitcoin diggers? I think that'll be a new term. And I would like them to come. I would like ladies to show up. Well, I want anyone of any sex to show up that wants to learn about Bitcoin or is excited about Bitcoin or already knows about Bitcoin. But why not? Why not have some diversity and just have some women that just want to like trick men into giving them their Bitcoin? See how strong I want my strong hand to be tested. And again, I will be live streaming from that show. So if they're from that on Thursday, I'll be live streaming from the party. We're working on the microphone and everything already. That would be great if there were some Bitcoin diggers there. I would put them on. I would interview them. I would straight up ask them, you want to meet a rich man and get some Bitcoin? And they'll say, yeah. So let's see but yeah, they're welcome. They're welcome to come. Test my strong hand that way. Value your wealth in Bitcoin, not in coin digging women. Not saying all of them are coin diggers, but I would like to meet some coin diggers. Just, it's a new paradigm we're entering here. That people, one day, they're going to be Bitcoin not groupie, just again, women or maybe even men who want to meet people that have lots of Bitcoin so they can take away their Bitcoin. All right. In a social manner. So Don Cornelius sends $5 in the super chat. Thank you. And Josh, thank you, above for what you sent. Also, I made a new video on GoTenna and TX10. I'll be making more Bitcoin videos. Strong hands, Don, you got it. You got to send me that. Send me the video. I'll link to it in tomorrow's thing. DM me. I'm TechBot on Twitter. You've sent me stuff before. Yeah. So just send me that. I'll put it in my show. I'll mention it in my show. That's very nice. The GoTenna, that's like a way of avoiding the internet, but still connecting the people with Bitcoin. Terrible explanation. Pound that like button. All right. So I mentioned the fake Coinbase email, the fake women that might be showing up, faking, trying to take my Bitcoin. And then there'll be I'm looking forward to seeing the type of 600 people is a lot of people. I mean that's there's only 7 million people in Israel, so 600 people coming to a party in Tel Aviv about Bitcoin is a Bitcoin party. I mean it's going to be over 600 people. Who knows what the final number will be? I'm pumped, baby. I am pumped. I don't need to get drunk on New Year's Eve. I can get sober on January 3rd. Because I don't drink at all, people. Healthy lifestyle. See the Saturday shows for that. All right. This is from Open Node Company, Open Node Co. He says, and I have to change one of the words here because I don't say this guy's name. He says, thanks for the $1.25 million offer, King of the Trolls, but we're going to have to turn it down. Our vision of a better, more open financial system is only possible with Bitcoin. Well, this guy right here saying he's got some Bitcoin conviction. He's implying that King of the Trolls offered him $1.25 million to, I guess, deal with Bcash. I don't know. I don't want to put words into this dude's mouth. I don't want to make accusations here. But if this is true, if King of the Trolls is willing to pay some dude $1.25 million to have his company focus on Bcash, then King of the Trolls is going to keep on doing that. And people will take that money. There will be people who will take millions of dollars to deal with Bcash. So again, as I've said many times, there will one day be a big company that makes Bcash their main cryptocurrency. He'll pay them. Why not? Or he'll use his charisma. He's persuasive. He can be persuasive to certain people, King of the Trolls. Again, I don't even say it. I don't let him make my show into an infomercial. A lot of people give him free infomercial time. That's their prerogative. Hey, man, it's your personal responsibility as new counterculture. You talk about the dude, you use his name, and then you're like, well, why more and more people talking about him? Well, you're promoting him. I mean, Bcash can do what Bcash is going to do. Doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me if Twitter one day uses Bcash as their currency. Whatever. I still know that Bitcoin is the rock, that Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. All right. I didn't close my window, so if anyone's up at 1 a.m. walking around outside, they're hearing me yelp about Bitcoin. And people do walk around late in Tel Aviv. It's very safe. It's so safe out there, man. But for a major city. All right. All right. So we talked about Open Node, and that's linked to below. You can check that tweet out, see what he was really talking about. Whale Panda. Okay, now here's the stable coin part of the show. You're like saying, oh, Adam, you're putting me to sleep if you're talking stable coins. Well, this is interesting. Whale Panda, I'll let him preface the main story. He says, this doesn't come as a total surprise to most people, but if you're really excited about stable coins, you should probably read this article. Don't use stable coins unless you want to provide full KYC, history of trading, history of funds, DNA soon. All right, so CCN.com has this article about Paxos. Paxos is a stable coin, and there's some guys who are traders who had a hard time converting their Paxos into fiat again. And they eventually got it, though. For many customers, Paxos has been a great way to use the dollar in blockchain markets. It provides an easy on-ramp for traditional bank accounts to crypto trading platforms. Yet for others, it has been a nightmare. And as reported here, we will not directly allege that their withholding tactics are part of a scheme to preserve their market cap numbers. Yet we can see why the affected traders would believe so. Okay, read the whole thing. It seems like they want to keep themselves higher in coin market cap, so they're not letting people convert to fiat as fast, and they're asking all sorts of crazy questions of these people. Why do you even want to deal with this stuff, dudes? What is the point? Why do you need to cash out? Why don't you just turn it into Bitcoin? If that's your cash out. If you're playing with these centralized stable coins, you got to realize they have the right to just stop you and not give you your fiat and just be like, oh, you're breaking some law. You're not telling us enough information. This is the road to that, okay? This story shows how close we are to that. But it's, hey, man, you traders want to play that game, don't complain in the end when you can't turn your $1 million worth of Paxos into anything once they've confiscated it from you, because it's not unconfiscatable. It is very much confiscatable. Read the article, pound that like button, and value your wealth in Bitcoin, not in Paxos. And again, they don't value their wealth in Paxos. They value their wealth in freaking dollars, in fiat, and they're just playing the game, trying to get back into their inflationary green bills. All right. DisruptMeister.com, I already mentioned that. Strong hand year of 2018 was a strong hand year. It was a weed out year. Be prepared for 2019 to be the same thing. Don't get weeded out in 2019. Have a strong hand. We're close. We're close to it, aren't we? Tomorrow will be the last show of 2018. Wow. What a year. Oh God. It went by fast. Treasure every moment, as I always say. Yaron Brook, who was an Israeli at one point, he's an American now. In his video, I linked to it below. He says that he doesn't like what Patreon does, so he might just list a Bitcoin address. So he's one of those dudes. Hey man, he's getting closer to doing it. He just might list a Bitcoin address. He says he had some hesitation, but he said it. Hey, we're getting there, people. We're getting there. Tony Robbins is talking about it. Well, that's a completely different thing. But again, Yaron Brook is one of the dudes who will get kicked off of YouTube eventually, or Patreon, or whatever. He'll be censored in some way. So he's preparing. He says he might list a Bitcoin address. Very good, Yaron Brook. Very good. Ayn Rand would be proud of you, wouldn't she? That's his big hero. I don't want to say hero, but he's a big follower of hers. Is this okay. Soccer stories here. The crypto firm Liberium acquires Spanish football club, and it's like a tier 3 type of club, or 2, I don't even know. Is Liberium even on CoinMarketCap? It's some token on Ethereum or something. And they say that people are going to use Liberium at the stadium. Is this going to be a new trend? Because here's another story here. It says eToro brings Bitcoin to football, signed sponsorship deal with 7 Premier League clubs. Well, okay, eToro isn't just crypto though. So great, eToro is going to sponsor some Premier League clubs, which that's a big soccer league in England. That's the big one. Is this a trend, or Bitcoin or crypto related companies going to start buying soccer teams or sponsoring soccer? I think the eToro story is better than the Liberium thing. What is that? What is that even? Why did he even mention that story? Who knows? They're linked to below if you want to further research them. All right. What we got here? I mean, maybe it's a trend. Soccer and crypto. Maybe that's 2019's new trend. Did anyone predict that? Maybe CoinDesk should have an article about that. Finally, well, not finally. Yeah, yesterday I talked about the guy, the kid, the young guy. He was the guy that I met who said he learned about Bitcoin in 2010, in February of 2010, and I looked it up and I see that May 22nd, 2010 was the pizza day, was the day that someone used Bitcoin to buy a pizza. The first day that Bitcoin had any real value. So this dude, this guy that I met was in high school and that was in February of 2010, a few months beforehand. And he could have gotten it for free. He could have mined it and gotten so much of it. And so one thing that I forgot to say yesterday, and that's why I'm bringing the story up again, is that he wanted me to convey that if you thought you missed out, that you didn't buy it at $50 or you didn't buy it at $100, he could have he was on the verge of mining it for free. He was around when Bitcoin had no value. It had no value. No one was paying any. It was before the pizza day. But I wanted to, and I told him this myself, that he shouldn't have any regrets. That, you know what, yeah, you didn't get it for free or whatever, but it's still, even now, if you get it, sure, you're not going to get 1,000 of them, but you can still do very well now. Everyone's always saying, oh, I wish I could have got one that was 100. And then they end up saying, oh, I wish I could have got it when it was 7. And it turns into a never ending cycle. I wish I could have got it. I wish I could have got it then. I wish I could have got it. You never got it. You're a no coiner. No coiners are always saying things like this. So still, it was interesting to meet this mathematician and to hear that he was in it before the pizza day. And yeah. All right. So again, is Tel Aviv party coming up? Hey, Bitbacker, I am a Bitcoin Meister on Bitbacker. You can ask me questions there. And I'm Bitcoin Meister on Steemit also. And this show is live on Steemit now. And we will end it with this craigship.com $5 super chat that he just sent from an undisclosed location near Camp David in Maryland. Hold Bitcoin until 2024. Get your 21 Bitcoin while you can. That's the spirit, dude. Because, the name of this show, and thank you very much for the $5. The name of this show is the One Bitcoin Show. And I think it's marvelous to get 1 Bitcoin. And then after you get that 1 Bitcoin, you get 2 Bitcoin. But Craig is like, aim high. You get that 1 Bitcoin, you get that 2, then you get that 10, then you get that 21. I mean, come on now. What, 21 Bitcoin right now is 80,000? What was that? It would cost you $80,000 to get 21 Bitcoin today, I think. Well, Bitcoin is like $4,000. So yeah, 10 of them, that's 40. 20 of them is 80. So yeah, if you have $80,000 laying around, you'll get 21 Bitcoin. Get it while you can, because one day it's not going to cost $80,000 to get 21 Bitcoin. It's going to cost quite a lot more. So consider it a sale. For those of you who are stuck in fiat right now, for everybody else who's got a lot of Bitcoin, value your wealth in Bitcoin. Oh, look at this Guy Bennett, who I was just chatting with on DM. He sent $5. Also, thank you, Craig, for the $5. Thank you, Guy Bennett, for the $5. He says, keep that strong hand through 2019, everyone. Happy New Year. Well, thank you, Guy Bennett. And that's also what craigship.com is reminding everyone of. That, you know what? I always say 2020, baby. He's talking 2024 halving. So if you're thinking 2024 halving, of course you would never be tempted to sell during 2019. And again, things could get rough in 2019. It could mimic 2015. We've had some, it's been very interesting. 2013 was like 2017. 2013 was like 2017. 2014 was like 2018. 2015, is it going to be like 2019? I don't know. It will be very interesting. Will 2020 be like 2016? We'll see. I think there's a good chance of it. All right. That is it. Someone said, Meister, where do you store your Bitcoin? On hardware wallets, dudes. Only on hardware wallets. You remember January 3rd, it's Trace Mayer's whatever it is. Take it off the exchange day. I forgot the name of his event. Keys. Something Keys. Adam, come to Miami, January 16th to 18th for the North American Bitcoin. I can't. I'm in Tel Aviv until at least March the 13th. It appears. All right, everyone, and yes, use Don Cornelius says use that proof of keys he reminds me is proofofkeys.com. Check that out for Trace Mayer's movement January 3rd. Take all your Bitcoin off of exchanges. You shouldn't have any on there now. Put it on your hardware wallet. And Don Cornelius reminds us to use a passphrase. Definitely use a passphrase. That takes a memory, people. You got to have a good memory. But yeah, use a passphrase, and you'll be good with your Trezor. And go to craigship.com also /downloads. He's got some good stuff like on there. He reminds me. Okay, pound that like button, bang that bell button, click on those squares if you're watching this tape. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Check out the links below. I will say hello to you dudes in the chat now.